Hi, my name is Dante Paleo, Artistic Director of the Limon Dance Company. Jose Limon was born in Culiacan, Mexico in 1908. His family immigrated to the United States 8 years old. The country was undergoing a great deal of class revolution. He experienced a great deal of violence at a young age. So in order to find safety, his family came to America. He grew up in Southern California, and then he moved to New York in his early 20s, thinking he was going to be a painter. And then he went to a dance concert. And then he realized, this is what I was meant to be doing. From there, he was introduced to Doris Humphrey and Charles Weidman. Through working with them, he became known as the greatest dancer of his time. He also started choreographing, which is Danzas Mexicanas, one of his first ventures. That really kind of established him as an artist that had a choreographic voice and knew how to shape space and tell a story. So part of Jose Limon's relationship with Doris Humphrey was they were really investigating a new way of speaking, a new way of presenting dance, a new way of talking about art, a new way of just exploring the body's relationship to gravity, really. Up to that point in America, we had a lot of Eurocentric influence in terms of concert dance, so a lot of ballet focus. However, Jose and Doris and Charles were investigating something else, talking about the American experience, what it was to build railroads, what it was to be inside of a community that was struggling and winning and losing and gaining. In relationship to that, how that revealed itself in the body was what falls recovers and what recovers falls again. So this idea of rebound. So if we're just looking at the human body and we have the arm out to the side and we just drop it, and then we drop it and then it recovers, and you have this idea of fall and recover. So, one of the first things he does is he looks at who he is. What is he made up of? What are some of the basic ingredients of his story? And he looks at Mexican history, and he looks at indigenous cultures. He looks at the Christian Crusader. He looks at the slaves, the people who were enslaved by the Christian Crusaders. He looks at the royalty, and then he looks at the revolution, the revolutionaries. And so how he ended up shaping these 5 solos into one work that he danced all 5 solos tells his story, that he is not just one of these things, but in fact all of them. He understood that there was a part of his history. Without that, he wouldn't be who he is. And he even says in his memoir, he's like, while making these dances, I grew up. So I think that speaks to a lot of lessons I think that we can all learn today. Good side, bad side. And life is more complex than that. And I think in 1939, Jose understood that and dove into that and leaned into it and wanted to tell that story as, yes, I am this, but I am also this. And that doesn't make any part of me less valuable than the other. It means that the combination of these characters gives you this really rich, complex person who can have many conversations about many things. So for me, I think it was such an important work for him to think about and dive into.